Welcome back to more Thunderpick action coming in now this afternoon in about 5 minutes. Unity versus Mai Tai will be our second game of the day. And unfortunately, Matt, I wish I could be more positive about this game. But there are many negatives that I will be sharing my opinions on when it comes to both these two teams.
Okay.
But look,
hell yeah.
I'm not usually... I'm not usually a negative guy, but that is where I feel like I'm at with these two teams at the moment. But... of course, with this being the opening match in Group C, you know, they can start to maybe make a name for themselves again. Xrustec will be their opponents in the winners match, whoever wins it. Entropy will be their opponents in the elimination match, whoever loses it. So yeah, we're going to at least get a start to Group C by the end of this game.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. I mean, coming into this, I would say I've got Unity as my favorites. We know that this Mai Tai team can shake things up, can be a little bit unpredictable sometimes. Let's bring up the schedule. We can just remind everybody what we have lined up for the day before we move forward into this particular game. It's going to be, as we said, Unity Mai Tai, and then Black Phoenix against Misa. I actually don't know that Black Phoenix team. I think that's a pretty new group of players. And then Bebop against the Falcons Force, which is the Falcons Academy team, will be the match that rounds out the day.
Yeah, it's a new name, that Black Phoenix team. It's the core of Ursa, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. Like
We've got
Salazar, Axis, and Carnes, I see.
Yes,
Yeah.
Salazar, Axis, and Carnes, and actually a player that we've covered a couple of times, who kind of faded away after his little stint. Topo, who was, I think I remember correctly, he was a KZ expert, Topo, when he went to try and play professionally for Amcal. Didn't really work too amazingly, unfortunately, and now he's playing some mixes. We'll see if that how that works out for him. But of course, as you say, Bebop versus the Falcons Academy team. I've already seen the ex-Rustec boys destroy Entropy. It's a fast one, that 2-0, 13-3, 13-7, if I remember correctly. And now Unity versus Mai Tai. And as you said, Matt, Mai Tai, look, might be a good cocktail in your opinion, but the cocktail mixture we've got on the team, for me, is one that I want to spit out.
Okay, why, Trav? Give us some reasons as to why you're not enjoying this particular flavor.
Flavor of Nami makes me want to throw up because I have seen him play so much and he's usually so bad. To be fair to him, he's improving a little bit lately. He was averaging a 0.9 at one point. Now it's a 0.98. That's actually quite a significant improvement. But in general, the decision making from Nami and Chuddy on this team is really poor. And I've not seen anything from Malavi or Darcheville or Pelly today that I'm expecting to be any better. And of course, we don't know if that's going to even be their full team because they swap and change players all the time. We can see a guy called Wazak on the roster here instead of Malavi. Yeah, Malavi. So no idea who's going to actually be playing. It's always difficult to tell when it's these Polish mixed teams, where it's Mai Tai, Los Kogurtos, whatever. These teams just are really uninspiring to watch and feel like they're just going to go nowhere in the scene and they're playing for playing's sake, unfortunately. Whereas Unity, Matt, no, look, they're not in a good position right now either, but at least they've got some name value over there.
Speaking of name value, this is a different roster to what I was expecting coming into this particular game. No
indeed.
Neofrag, no Woozy are the two players who aren't featuring. Now, okay, this has kind of caught me a little bit off guard. I mean, obviously FNL is a Romanian player who we have seen quite a bit in the scene. You know, he's somebody who seems to be a bit of like an up-and-coming talent. He's played in some academy teams. I think it was Monty Academy team in which he was a part of. And then I think he actually played a few games for Nexus as well. And hasn't really ended up anywhere since then. I'm trying to find out who Mr. Timmy Brun is, though, because I don't even see him on HL. Oh, there he is. Okay, I found him. Swedish player, 22 years old. He's actually played on a couple teams before. He was part of Godsend, shockingly, at the end of 2024. And then Little Mix, megoshort, so some of those like normal Swedish teams. 1.08 must be a rifler for the team. So yeah, it'll be a first looking at him for me. I think Too High is the IGL of this team now, I would imagine. I'm just guessing. I think he has done it in like some teams before. I know it was Neofrag had kind of taken over for the calling at one point. Quirtz is maybe a talent who hasn't really fully realized his potential. And Mikey is obviously a guy that we've always held in really high regard, but has kind of dropped off in the past 6 months to a year, maybe.
Yeah, look, I'm hopeful for Unity because they're going a different direction, right? It used to be a full Czech team, like we've been talking about. Now they kind of, Czechoslovak team with Maki from Slovakia. Now, like it's there's something going here for them, and I appreciate the change in direction, going for Snow and FNL. The reality is, even though Neofrag had name value and Woozy was okay, Neofrag had really dropped off in terms of just his pure individual level, let alone his decision making. For me, when I watched him play, and it feels like his motivation was also pretty low. From how he played the game, it just felt like it just. I mean, we interviewed him once as well. It just seemed like he just wasn't really in his element anymore, and he wasn't really enjoying it, just from my perspective anyway. But yeah, we'll have to see that see how that goes in the long term with this new lineup, because I think, Woozy, from what I've seen from him too, the definition of hit and miss, right? So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is a pretty good way to describe Woozy. I feel like there was always so much potential, fast, flicky AWPer, and so, yeah, maybe it's a bit disappointing that we didn't really get to see him flourish and come into the player that we kind of saw within him. Let's get a look at the veto here. We can see which maps are going to get played here between Unity and Mai Tai, and yeah, see how things line up. Raj, Ancient does too, so kind of just standard, I'd say, here in terms of what we would have expected. The three maps that both these teams have been looking to play more so than most, so pretty active in that regard here across the board for both these teams. I don't think like the pick in either direction is actually means a whole lot. You can actually see that both the opening maps here are basically the two most picked maps for both of these teams in the past 3 months, so it should be pretty competitive in that regard.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't really surprise me at all, and I think for me, I would be happy to see Unity win this game 2-0. I don't think, knowing Mai Tai's results lately, if I don't see a Unity 2-0, I know Unity have got a new team. They haven't played at all in 8 weeks, by the way, and that was with Neofrag and Woozy, which is probably why the HLTV page wasn't updated correctly, even though the HLTV team is updated correctly on the team page. Not having played for 8 weeks, that's quite a long time. They've had a proper damn player break, haven't they, these boys? So, yeah, this core anyway. So, difficult to come back in against a team that has been playing a lot. So we'll have to see how it goes and see if they're rusty in any way, shape, or form. But I really do hope Unity prove to me that they've got something special here, because Mai Tai just beat teams that aren't impressive at all. Like their only wins 7 weeks ago, they beat Ents, the Coreless team. Not that bad, but Ents are still there. They've gone in the Finnish direction, and that's really the only name value they've beaten. Like Eternal Premium, Misa. There's nothing really that jumps off the page for me. And Unity, I want to see a new team get off to a good start and look strong. So that's for me the reason why I want to see a clean 2-0 here. And I think we're ready to get underway on Mirage as well. So we'll jump into the game.
I got it. Yeah, I'm right there with you, mate, because it is cool that Unity are making moves coming into the new season, that they're showing they're not just going to settle on a team that kind of has been maybe coasting by and haven't really shown any major signs of improvement. So let's see how this new squad is going to look and how they're going to all come together. Of course, this is Mai Tai's map pick. Unity will begin proceedings on the CT side. We've got Wazak in the server, Trav. So just as you had speculated, we're not going to get the team that we read out. There's no Malavi. And I've always thought that he was the best of this lot. I think he's an AWPer who can actually take over games. And I can't find Wazak on HL. Oh, is it Wazak? Wazak. That's why I've lost him. Okay. So Wazak, 21 years old, 4 maps played in the past 3 months, 0.85 rating. And those are the only officials he's ever played on HLTV. Interesting.
And that's what kind of these Mai Tai and Los Guguetos teams, more so Mai Tai, I would say, kind of do in general, right? I feel like every couple of months after they've played a little bit with a certain amount of players, they just pluck another random poll out of Face It or something that they think could be good enough to play professionally. It's a weird one. It is very strange, and that is why you just can't help but favour Unity today, even though it is, of course, a brand new roster that hasn't played in 8 weeks at the core anyway. So you never know how it's going to go. It's a complete dive into the unknown, really.
And unfortunately, we're not going to be diving into that unknown just yet. Got a bit of a technical pause here before we're actually able to get underway. Not sure how long we're going to have to wait here. I know you did a doctor's call earlier, and I've actually supposed to make one now around 1 p.m. myself as well. So I wonder if we just maybe throw us to a break quickly while we wait for the players. You got it?
I got you. Cool. You can make your call if it's an emergency. Yeah, it's all good. And here we go. We are ready to go. Mai Tai versus Unity. Deliver delay. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping Unity show a good face today. No, he's going to catch Chody in the back. That's a good opening pick. They see the bomb in Palace as well, but Mikey's already been tagged down to 15 HP. Ellie will find Snow on the response, and he's looking for more as well, but there's 2 players set up here, and would you believe an incendiary and a grenade available for Unity on this pistol still. Are they able to force themselves into the open to use them? I think they will be able to. Too High's not been checked in CT. He's going to be peeking here for sure. There you go. Easy kill on Darcherville. This retake is going to happen with ease because Nami can't really clutch this 1v2. No kit on the bomb, and he is creeping forward, but he's going to be a bit too late. And 10 o'clock is about a second too late, I'm afraid. He's about to die anyway. Keeping the Kevlar might be worth it, and yeah, he'll hop away. So, Unity will start off well.
All right, and I'm back as well. Apologies about that. Like you say, good start to proceedings here for Unity, opening up with the pistol. Feels like there could be a massive discrepancy here in terms of the firepower between these two teams, right? Something that you were highlighting a lot is that tends to be the domain and the area in which these Mai Tai players struggle the most. And when you look at this Unity squad with guys like Mikey, Too High, Quirts, even, I mean, FNL, I can't really comment on Snow because I haven't seen him yet at this level of the game. But, yeah, I feel like that's where Mai Tai could really come up short in this particular game, is trying to go blow for blow against this Unity team. But Dodgeville doing a pretty damn good job of it right now.
Trying to keep a little bit of damage going, that's for sure. Low and FN now. We'll try and double peek together there, and that's more like it. I'll hold on. Too High with a triple kill. He'll take that every day of the week. Nice start for him. And just a reminder for maybe some of you who are just joining. This is Unity's first ever match with their new lineup and their first game with their core for 8 weeks. So, look, I'm sure some of that is player break, some of that is prac. I would argue half is player break, maybe half is prac. But still, you know, with their new team, I'm sure they would have put in a lot of the work to integrate them in. And Mai Tai, for me, I feel like this is a sort of team that doesn't prac and just shows up to play. So
yeah. Just goes through the motions of processes, yeah.
Hopefully Unity show what they're made of here. We'll see if that comes true or not. There's a Nico to face here.
Yeah, I mean, they've also just got the obligation of being part of an organization, right? There's then that responsibility that comes with it where you owe it as much as to yourself and your teammates as you do to the organization that is salarying you. Mikey with the job to do here. Only actually going to be able to get a single kill. I mean, Mai Tai packed a bit of a punch in these rounds that they've lost so far. Shouldn't be able to get another kill from this one, though, with it being the low buy. Dodgeball Scout will get dropped. And Unity off to a clean 3-0 start.
Gun round now for Mai Tai. See what they've got here. Ready push, top middle from Quirts, from short. He's got FNL with him. I think that will activate and help him connect her as well, but it doesn't work all too good. Shadi is going to hold on. Too High will get a trade back, but you now know where he is, and Snow's not been able to activate in the round yet, so the bomb will be taken back away. And you'd imagine Mai Tai will have a good decision to be made here. Pick a site, stick to it, maybe find an afterplant. He will manage to jump down, and Nami only just finds Too High. I feel like that was top shooting instantly as soon as he got the headshot. Almost felt too clean. But he gets it. Good work from him. Being very critical of him, but the last couple of games it's been a little bit better. Snow will try and save his AWP. Oh, that's not good. Archerville has lost connection. I mean, thankfully for Mai Tai, it doesn't affect the round. But firstly, there'll be a tech pause here. Secondly, it's survivor 3 players alive, only 2.
Okay, apologies, guys. I'm back. I know we've just been chilling in this tech pause. I have had to figure out some appointments, some specialists. That's the one there. Yeah,
Yeah.
some specialists.
Is that what you've
got a
been using
recommendation.
that little thing for? I know you know what I mean. Like that sticker. Is that are you going in for that or?
You mean the one on my face?
Yeah,
Exactly. So it's
that's
been
okay.
like probably nearly 2 months now that I've had this thing on my face. And at first I thought it was like a pimple, and then I was like, I squeezed it too much, and I've just damaged it. And now it's just been here for way too long, and
Yeah,
it's time to
low key.
properly get it checked.
Maybe it's wrong in some instances, but I never pinch a pimple. I will
Oh,
let it
okay,
be.
like squeeze it. Okay, I
I will
see.
let it
Yeah.
be and heal every single time. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that is what it is though anymore. At this point, it should
gotcha.
have healed up by then. So
Okay, I wish
yeah,
you
just
the best of luck, and I will
thank
also
you.
wish the game the best of luck, and wish Darchville the best of luck to get back in the server. So we'll just take a second and come back when he's rejoined. It might be in 5 seconds, it might be in 5 minutes, it might be in 10 minutes, it might be in 50 hours. See you soon, guys.
All right, well, thankfully it didn't take 50 hours. We're going to get back underway here once
Yes,
again. My
sir.
found their first round on the board. Can they find a follow-up here and break that CT side economy in the process? Seeing a lot of focus on the A-bomb site coming through from Mai Tai, and it's going to be more of the same. And they're playing very aggressively straight into quotes. They're going quotes. Decides to take an even further step forward after both those kills. Oh boy, it's just the easiest cleanup you could get here for Unity. Only losing a single player in the process as they immediately bounce back after losing their first round.
Yeah, Matt, and I'm not sure if you saw, but when Dutchville disconnected, it was at the end of their round win. When Mai Tai were on the B-bomb site and Dutchville done short. There were 3 players alive. He died when the bomb was planted and the round was just coming to a natural end, right? That meant they survived with 2 rather than 3.
Okay.
And of course, I think 1, that has thrown them off a little bit in the round following, because that was just a complete mess. And secondly, this following buy has 2 players without helmets and a very much a lack of utility.
Well, they have at least been able to get an opening kill, so that is something. Kills continue to go back and forth. Mikey might get caught off guard by the smoke. Fade, no way, Chuddy. That's a Chud play made right there if I've ever seen one. How's he not come away with that kill onto Mikey? Flanks on flanks as well. Army going to be late to get in on this A-bomb site. You got FNL who's charging through T-spawn at the moment. Snow in the meantime is going to go the entire way around in through Catwalk. So a lot of moves made. Now the bomb plot will be secured in time, but Nami could be in some trouble here with Nami coming through from the flank. Now FNL's caught a glimpse of him. He's got a pretty good idea as to what's going on. In the meantime, Dodgeball's gone through CTs. This is just all over the place, man. There's a smoking kit, though.
And with Nami's position, he's not really connected to the clutch, but with the bomb plant position, he'll feel a little bit better about that. It's going to be a hold from FNL, and Dutchville will find Snow and both, actually. So, no problem. Just weren't ready for him to push through. Mai Tai will hit straight back, so from a very, very poor, just nothing of a round, to a little bit better. Dutchville being a big impact in that one as well. Despite his disconnection, he got himself up to leader for his team. 6 kills on the board.
All right, well, good to see that Mai Tai are in this contest right now. And they're just playing very pacey, punchy Counter-Strike, aren't they? They're going to be running back the exact same strategy, charging in towards A. 2i doesn't know he's been spotted. It's going to hail a bullet through the box there to take him down. Probably just straight up round over. I don't even know if Unity should really give this one much of a look, considering how scant their money is. I think the call for the save is probably the best option available for them here.
Yeah, definitely. Especially as they've still got 4 players alive and 4 rifles. Sure, 2 of them might be FAMI, but they're fine. Made it work in the round prior. And this is good for Mai Tai. They're going to really build up their dollar now with 5 alive here. Got they're in the right place to be safe from the bomb explosion, obviously. Pretty easy on Mirage, I think, especially around A. All good.
All right. Mai Tai draw within 1 as a result. Everybody did survive for Unity, and they should be full saving here, mate. They should be full saving. It doesn't make any sense at all to be spending all the money that they've got. You full save with what you've brought into this round. You've got a decent amount of firepower, and you're guaranteed a full buy in the round afterwards. But they've decided to just buy up extra utility and an MP9 on 2i at the expense of a full buy in the following round. Like, this is just poor decision-making, man. Poor economic decision-making. Surely Dodgeball's been heard. Yeah, there we go. Easy enough for Snow.
Allowed to get away back towards ladder, but somehow, even though Pele is in the process of jumping up onto the short railing there, he gets taken down. The nade will follow up, thankfully. That will be good information from Snow that he was definitely tagged up by at least 3 bullets there. Enough to get the kill.
Now a job to be done over on the speed bomb side. FNL hasn't had much going down on his side of the map so far. Frag for free should get cleared, but he's got support there from Mikey. Fantastic combination between the two of them. Seems like they've got the info that Chaddy's also gotten out of apartments, and he's going to get rounded on, not from Catwalk, then from Van. And I think he's going to get crushed with all the walls closing in on him. Too high will be the one credited with the kill. Really, that one was a team effort, as Unity will keep distance between themselves and Mai Tai. So Mai Tai keep kind of like chipping away at Unity, but never really able to get anything of sustenance going yet on this T side.
Big push top middle. Bit of a faster move with 4. Vazak. Push down bottom con. Got a nice AK with those classic Hellraisers Cologne 2014 stickers on them. He'll get taken out, will Darcherville by Mikey. Ian on the pass, not really known about too much, and need to break the smoke, but Snow hasn't really got too much vision. He can be pelted by utility. He gets away on 60 HP, which is not too bad, but B is certainly exposed right now. That's why Snow is immediately rotated through market to go and get into position, and Mikey will eventually be cleared from lower. He was a factor throughout the entire round. Finally will be removed.
Yeah, where did FNL die though? Was pushing through apartments maybe? Can't figure out where his little dot is because he was the first one to fall. Either way, need to break open the smoke. Not going to be very successful. Nami's just going to go straight through. This is something that Trav tends to take a bit of issue with him sometimes. Maybe this one's a bit more calculated with his teammates coming up catwalk though. Brings it back into a 3v3. Obviously compromises Snow's position. That Molly actually going to be a little bit late too. Has been able to get across it, and he wasn't spotted by the catwalk player, but he will get swung on. Good attention to detail and awareness there from Pele. He'll even just demolish Snow in apartment as well. So Quirts is in the 1v3. Oh, and he kind of missed his opportunity there to have gotten a kill and maybe created a way into the round or into the clutch. But either way, we'll just continue to try trade rounds back and forth between these two teams.
Yeah, they're staying in touch, Mai Tai, and as a reminder, this is their pick. It's just not a map played very well. They have a very, very even win rate when in terms of how they play both sides of the map, 48% on both CT and T. It's like not bad. I'll say this, it's not awful, but it's not good either. That's why I was hoping for Unity. But again, this comes back to what I was saying, and of course, Unity having to go over to T side. I don't think it's unfair to have concerns when a team hasn't played for 8 weeks. It's their first game with their new 2 players in FNL and Snow. So, we'll have to see how it goes for them. But for now, they did okay. But only a 1-round lead.
Yeah, like you say, they've done all right. This is the round here for Mai Tai to break the finances of the CT side. Not going to happen, though. That combination of Mikey and Too High is too good. Very well held onto from the both of them there, just demolishing the offense. Mai Tai just look at very uninspiring. A lot of these rounds really just pace is the name of the game more often than not. And they, in turn, now are in some financial turmoil of their own. Down 6-4. Do they force buy or do they eco? It doesn't really feel like there's a correct decision. Almost like the better of two evils at this point, or the lesser of two evils.
Yeah, agreed. That means that they will just fully invest. And when you can get, as I always say, right, if you can get 3 rifles, fair enough. Even if 2 of them are Galils, invariably you see teams go for purchases to even up the money. This sort of portion of the half, and it doesn't make much sense to properly save, I think. But it's not really that much progress, unfortunately. I know Darcherville's towards CT, but all his teammates have fallen all around him. Only 1 kill coming in from Vazak. Darcherville will eventually get 1, but then Pella on no HP gets removed. Darcherville tries to get an advanced angle, or at least an elevated angle, on top of triple to peek down connector, but that doesn't work for him either. 7-4, and they have Tech 9 armor for the final round of the half. Or legal armor, to be fair.
Yeah, seems like that's what they've gone for instead. And a prime opportunity here for, as a result, Unity to go up 8-4 playing against this lower buy, which, considering how competitive this half was at one point, that'd be a fantastic end to the half for Unity if they could make this 8-4. Oh. Okay, Quotes has just been destroyed by Pele. In the football world in the 80s. Oh goodness, these Desert Eagles are looking extremely dangerous right now. Oh, Snow's going to be a little bit annoyed he wasn't able to connect the molly though. He's going to force him back. Darchville didn't have the luxury of a full health bar there to just stick the plant in the flames. This is going to buy some time for Too High on the flank as well.
Even though Darchville didn't commit to that plant, I kind of just wish the Incendio was that tiny bit better to make doubly sure that that was a kill. He took 1 tick of damage and it put him to 7 HP from 9 HP, so doesn't matter. Too High's flank is working out well, like you so rightly said. Mikey does try and check bench though, and that hasn't worked out. Razak will catch him. Nami's wondering he's going to find Too High. Now Snow is fumbling on the side. 5-7 will get one, but look where Nami is. He's going to go for the full hold here, but in the end realizes he needs to fight. And that isn't going to work out either. Somehow, Nami has clutched that one out for his team. And Mai Tai end the half with 5, when it definitely should have been 4.
Yeah, definitely at least one round left on the table there for Unity. Either way, Mai Tai will be quite content that they've been able to get the extra round on the board. Reduce the gap to 2 going into the second half. Could make a big difference here. Important pistol round. What have Unity got cooking? 2 mollies, interestingly enough, and 2 smoke grenades of quite a unique subset of utility coming into a pistol round. Molly smoke combination to block off connector and snipers. Now trying to make their way up catwalk. LA in that room should get overwhelmed, and he does. He's done pretty well to actually find a frag before he inevitably goes down. Rotation's thick and fast in towards this B bomb site. Snow is low, but can't afford to hold back here. It's Dodgeball who's tapped out too. Great work coming through from him. All 3 players for Mai Tai now in position. Barely any room for these Unity lads to work with now. They're just completely trapped. FL in the corner will be the final one to fall. Dodgeball with the triple in the pistol will result in Mai Tai once again drawing within a single round. A full eco now for Unity to try and deny Mai Tai from tying up the scoreline. Doesn't feel like it's going to happen though. Mai Tai have constantly been chasing the game, and they've gotten really close to catching up with Unity a couple times, but haven't actually been able to level up the scoreline. Really, this is the moment.
Let's see. Right, that Buddy goes back in for a second peek there. What he realizes that it's majority ecos and going 3 and 10. He wants some kills. Can't blame him. On that top middle, big damage from Pellet. Helped out by Darcherville. But he won't get his kill, unfortunately. They're all stolen by Darcherville. Triple kill for him. 14 on the board now. Almost a leader in the server if it's not for Too High. Getting close, and we're also close in the scoreline. 7-7 confirmed.
Yeah, exactly. Can Mai Tai actually go on to get a lead from here? That is the opportunity that currently presents itself. Will they take full advantage? is this where Unity regain control? Kills go back and forth over towards ramp initially, but there's just going to be too much there for FNL and Quotes to sustain, and then Pele will respond to that little spam through the smoke there from Mikey with a hail of bullets of his own. Enough to come away with the kill. The man advantage looking primed here for Mai Tai to go ahead.
Nice pick from Too High. Definitely an over peak from Pellet. To throw away his life there in a 4v2. Not like they desperately needed information either in that moment, I don't think. So, Chuddy. I think it's either Chuddy or Chuddy.
Surely Chuddy, right? Thing is, like, Chuddy only became a Chud only became a thing recently. It's like an evolution from a Chad. So it's almost unfortunate that his name is literally Chuddy, when that wasn't at all to do with the internet meme, the what would you call it, like the sensational meme that's come out recently, you know?
Yes, I know what you mean. Chud life.
Exactly.
Good molly in towards stairs. That will move both Chuddy and Nami further back, and Uhai is the top fragger for the team in this game. Looking to try and take that fight, and that being Chuddy, I'm not sure he'll know that Nami is there as well. That is the issue. He's looking for that. He's going to swing for it now, and if there was two players that I felt like Tuhai had a great chance in a clutch like that, probably would be those two. But this time Nami will hold on. Tuhai does good damage, however, and they'll take that if they're going to lose the round. 4 kills, not too bad. Won't be able to buy fully again, however, so Mai Tai have a chance to lead, and right now maybe we're seeing a few of those T-side frailties that I was a bit concerned about for a team that hasn't played in 8 weeks.
Yeah, looking pretty good here for Mai Tai right now. And they go on all the way, win their map pick and take a lead in the series. Still can't help but feel like Unity didn't get nearly as much done as they should have in that first half. Considering the strats from Mai Tai were very, very simple, just basically predicated off of running and gunning. Felt like a team like Unity would have been primed to just punish those sorts of plays being made, weren't really able to. Some of the low buy rounds as well got away from Unity, and this is where they'll pay the price.
As this is a pistol buy, I just want to say something. That I literally just opened a page and to look for one of the player names, and it was one of the recommended news stories. Apparently, you won't know who this is, Matt. I think Bill Oddie has died. Do you have any idea who that is? I'm sure you don't.
Not the foggiest, mate.
Yeah, so he was
Odyssey to me.
He was a conservationist and a naturalist in the UK. He did a lot of work with birds and everything, and I grew up watching his TV programs. So I'm kind of sad about that. He was 85, bless him.
Damn, that's always sad to hear. And as soon as you throw that word naturalist in there, you know that'll always pique my interest and get my attention. So
I know.
That's a pity to hear. Unfortunate.
I think he had a good life, to be fair to him. Bless him.
Yeah, one guarantee in this world.
Are you sure, mate? I'm going to get my brain implanted into a machine in 2070, and no one's going to be able to stop me.
2070? You got another 44 years in you.
I hope a little bit more.
Time. Yeah.
Tough to tell.
Yeah, fair enough. As long as David Attenborough's still around, then I'm happy.
Yeah, I think, he's reached 100, so...
I know.
He's got the threshold.
Yeah, exactly. But that's not proof that, like, the fountain of youth is somewhat guarded and energized and protected by nature, then I don't know what is. Because
there you go.
When last did you see a 100-year-old man looking, speaking, and acting as good as he is, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I know you like your some of your little philosophical quotes and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a very good point and well made. Gun round coming in here for Mai Tai. I'm sure none of these 10 players on the server have ever heard of Bilodi, and that's fine. I'm not judging them. Darcherville will try and hold on from default, but even the flash comes through from too high. FNL just saw Darcherville before that flash from his teammate popped. So that means he gets the entry easy, even after taking a dink. AK trumps M4. 5v3, and that will probably force Mai Tai away.
Surprised to see them saving. I didn't know that they had this in them. I thought that they were a team that was just like constantly all gas, no brakes. So glad that they have got that ability to discern between right and wrong, good and bad. I also did notice there, by the way, that players are so hell-bent on using HE grenades to break smokes open these days that we've literally just stopped using them to try and do damage and get kills.
I know.
It was the jungle player here for Mai Tai. After Darcherville had gone down and he had done so much confirmed damage to FNL, the player jungle has got the easiest nade lineup of his life. He's even got the smoke to cover him to guarantee a trade with that nade. And instead he used it to break the smoke that does absolutely nothing. And sometimes we just have forgotten that nades do damage as well, and their sole purpose isn't just to break smokes.
I agree. I see that a lot as well. I think if there was confirmed damage and that maybe was properly communicated with the teammates, I'll just nade default, maybe they would have done it, right? Maybe it was an instance where it wasn't communicated properly. Anyway, let's see how one goes in terms of the quick A play for Unity. Again, they're trying to force Quirts out of ramp, and that means Wazak can't play in that palace smoke to keep himself safe. Darcherville fights, but Snow is ready to trade from the Tetris position, and Quirts is already up controlling CT. And this is a good sign for the Unity T side. Sure, it's being kept very, very simple, but I think they maybe realise that early on in a team's... Oh, Snow with a crazy headshot. He was tagged up as well, but Quirts will connect with Pella too. Maybe they realise in such a, it being the first game with this team, maybe keep it simple as possible this sort of stage.
I feel like that makes sense, right? Just trim the fat, try and cut out the variance as to where things can go wrong within the round as well. A lot like what Mai Tai were doing on their T side. Truly just back to basics and as simple as it could get. 9-all. Still enough money, I think, for Mai Tai to have a little look in for the investment in the next. Gun could be dropped here for Pele, and they'll have everything they need for the most part.
Buddy looking to try and hold from stairs. We smoke into Palace as well. Still in T-Sport for Unity, no decision made yet. Just waiting to see what Mai Tai try and do. And they don't know exactly what they've got right. They know they've built up a little bit of money. Don't know it's still a perfect M4 buy. But
yeah,
much utility left.
Pretty limited in that regard, that's true. Grab my raw milk out the fridge, Trav, and it's, oh, I don't know, it's on the edge, mate. It's on the edge. It says, yeah,
hey,
it
man,
says expiry is the 27th. That's today.
I've seen you the gamble and then have to go to the bathroom a bit too often later in the day. So I would advise, get that thing in the bin, mate, down the sink. Mikey, he's put Chili down the sink, I'm afraid. That nade will follow up on him and takes him down a little bit lower, but doesn't get the trade kill. There's going to be a double jungle swing, I think, in a moment from Pella and Nami, but Pella's gone down. They know Nami's still there. Big overflick from Snow, but FNL's there to save him. Now Vazak, the new boy, a bit of damage. That's a lovely first and second. Oh, Mikey only just holds on. That's a great try from Vazak. The spam damage on triple, then the immediate adjustment to Palace for completing the kill on the triple planter. Would have been a very clean 1v3 and probably his best play of his very short HLTV career, but Unity will close.
Yeah, I mean, really nice try coming through from Vazak there, being able to get that first initial bit of damage to the box, then prompting the swing from the Palace player, getting the kill on him, finishing off the wallbang kill, and then almost the third kill in really quick succession coming through with the swing on Mikey, but not able to lock it down. And so Unity will regain the lead, and this is very stubborn from Mai Tai Trav with this force buy here as well. It's not like they reset the economy of the T side. Feels like, I don't know, 89 to 95 teams out of 100 would have ecoed in this situation.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I entirely disagree, but Snow could be in a bit of bother. Thankfully, there's a player in Palace to cover, and again, that recovers it into a 3v3. Mai Tai, firstly, an unpredictable timing to go for the force here. Also, an unpredictable time of when they've pushed in this round. Catching a couple of kills. Quirt's tried to jump into B, got punished for it after his kill. Still very much on round 20. They lose it, though, as you say. 11-9 becomes 12-9, and you'd imagine, honestly, at this sort of stage, they might just force again. You never know. As I say, it does feel like they, more often than not, Mai Tai just pug out these games and probably don't prac. I don't know that as a fact, but it does definitely feel like a team that doesn't really put in that time. Information on the SP9 near stairs. Chetty will jump over the angle. They just need to get by the pair AK. That's a very clean opening shot, and he's allowed to reposition as well. Jump out the apartments will come through. Molotov is decent. They'll push him back into the other side, but they're not ready for Wazak to be there as well. They took a little bit too long to isolate the fight.
Yeah, very well done from Mai Tai. Also, just not starting to panic or over-rotate. Just let the game come to them. Unity run into a brick wall. It's going to be an annoying round for them to have lost, and Mai Tai justified for their decision to actually have gone for the force despite the opening death going their way. Look at Darchival and Pele right now. 38 kills between the two of them. Having a hell of a game right now. Chuddy is struggling with just 5 to his name.
I think that smoke is where it's meant to be, either.
Probably not. Somewhere in the ether.
Where'd it go?
I don't know. Trying to figure that out myself as I think it's in the ether. Or Quotes is ahead of the molly. Steps would have been heard though. I was going to say should have won that duel, and he actually does come out on top. Thought he was going to die there for a second. Dodgeville desperate to force that fight on Quotes, knowing that he's low. But he's been spotted,
wow.
And Pele. He steps into the hail of bullets being shot at Dodgeville.
Yeah, and then Mikey comes up connector, sprays them both down. In the end, Quirts does die to his teammate's molly. It doesn't mean anything because it's a 5v1 at that point. And Nami's only got an MP9. And he's dead. This is a bit more... This is a sort of like vaguely cerebral game from Mikey. Like, I know it's Mai Tai of all teams. But this is the kind of Mikey I need to see from here on in with this new roster. Because it's these sort of maps, going 19 and 14, getting important kills, holding on in clutches. The reliability he had when he was back on his old lineups and trialing for the likes of OG, he was not a bad player. Just the fall off was a bit more recent, unfortunately.
Not only was he just not a bad player, he was actually someone we held in really high regard. Thought that he was going to be one of those guys to have a really big step up, right?
Yeah.
And he's just kind of dropped off. I don't know what Darchiville's thinking there. Like, that's so aggressive. I get that you can run kind of initially, but to just keep running all the way through, it's definitely a big risk. Charlie looks like he's being set up for a swing through the smoke with the flash, but hasn't got one primed for him at the moment. Mikey's on a bit of a timer right now. He's got to get across the threshold and round the corner before that connector smoke fades. Seems like Snow's maybe even waiting for it. I like that Unity have been able to get into some really powerful positions and then just pause and wait for Mai Tai to get uncomfortable and maybe go searching, and then you can punish those moves that get made just like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's so obvious, isn't it? That they're going to try and go aggressive, especially when they're going for a full purchase again, Mai Tai, at 11-10 damage, only MP9s. Both players are here, they don't know that, but there's more than enough time to figure it out, and Quirtus is clean with it. 2 headshots for him. And guess what, Mai Tai? You have exactly the same purchase with MP9s and maybe some scouts that you'd have had before at 10-12 down.
Yeah, looking good for Unity here. And they finish off the job. This certainly will be their best opportunity to do so. Oh, he's just trying to walk his way up ramp, see if he can catch somebody off guard here with dry contact alone. The thing is, Wazak's already been able to make his way through Palace. He's in a bit of a powerful position right now. Chuddy should trade it out. He does, but there's all these plucky MP9s where that'll come from. Tag from the scout brings the snow down to 1. Certainly going to help out with this big flank out of Wazak, which has been brewing and building for a while. Much like that raw milk in my stomach.
Did you actually try some?
Yes, sir. I'm busy drinking it.
You are. You don't learn from your previous mistakes, do you? One chance here, maybe for the Nami and Wazak MP9s. There you go. There's snow pickled by the Nami MP9, but Wazak will be cleared, and now Nami needs an upgrade on his gun, and he doesn't have one. It's only scouts around him. Yeah. Nothing to grab, I'm afraid, and it will be a clear for Unity, and that's exactly what I wanted to see from the Mai Tai. It might be their pick, but they just don't have a good level and haven't been anyone impressive recently whatsoever. And for a team that hasn't played in 8 weeks, and of course also, because of that, hasn't played a game with their new lineup yet, that is a promising beginning. Mooberry Farms.
Yes.
Great name, but bin that right now on broadcast. Oh, I hate you so much. Is he going to down the whole thing? Okay, he's not.
I won't go for the whole thing just now, but get a good couple chugs in there. Listen, today's the last day. After today, it would be tickets. Anyway, didn't mean to derail your point you were making there. I agree that Mai Tai have been a bit quiet. Obviously, Unity stepped up. Was good to see from them, able to get the job done on their opponent's map pick. Next up is going to be the bathroom, but before that, or after that, we'll see. Maybe both is going to be the pick of Unity. We'll see you soon. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second map of the series about to get underway. Unity currently lead the series with their win on Mirage. Now it's their map pick. If they can get it done in two. Stacked up defense on the safe bomb sites, exactly where Unity are headed. This is going to be very difficult. It's no longer about a bomb plant. It's just about getting the kills. That'll win them the round alone.
Too high with the entry, and Mikey follows up beautifully. It's on 2 more CTs here. It's never a done deal in a pistol round, but it might be a done deal now.
How have they done no damage?
Get the headshot, and that's what happens in pistol rounds sometimes. You just get a headshot.
They're stacked on, eh? Got 4 players there. Crazy to me that they haven't been able to get a single kill. All right, well, yeah, like I said, not about the bomb plant, just about popping heads. It's exactly what Unity do. Surely Mai Tai Force Buy. Yeah, that's like completely on brand for this team. There's no way that they're going to be ecoing in this round. Calling it now. I'll give away Trav's knife if they don't force buy here. All the Launders and Pimp one, bro. Do you remember when Launders did that?
I think I do. Yeah, I do. Now you mention it.
He tweeted like, if this happens, I'll give away one of Pimp's knives. And then it happened. And then they ended up giving away one of Pimp's knives.
Well, I mean, look. I do have 2 knives, but they're both mine.
Fair enough. For now. Either way, it is the full eco. Just Pele's invested into Desert Eagle. See if they can do a little bit of damage here. At least a frag. Desert Eagle hasn't yet gotten in on the action. Doesn't look like it will be either. FNL just able to mow them down. Snow probably going to be the one to finish off the job. Right on cue. Good start for Unity going up 2-0.
Hello will take some damage already. He tries to force the issue around Red Room and control that position at the moment. Mikey's been allowed to push forward though, with Quirtz finding Dutchville off the rip, and Wazak. Oh, I tell you what, I think Quirtz has looked particularly crispy so far today. There was that 2k against the fast-moving MP9s on the V-bomb site in the previous map, which impressed me, and again, in the first gun round here, he's been the main instigator to basically close it.
Yeah, brilliantly done coming through from Quirtz. He's looking fantastic, and Mikey out of Red Room. Going to be able to pound slow to react there from Nami. Mikey will go down, but he's done plenty damage to Nami before he eventually does lose his life. And you'd imagine that it's impossible for Nami to survive here as well.
Yeah, I mean, bit of a shame. I mean, we'll go down. It was, you know the saying, what is it again? It's something like, turned like a boat or turned like a truck or something. I feel like Nami, when he was trying to turn back and look at Red Room, the way he moved,
like how
he had
slow.
It looked like he spun around like he had his sense on 0.01 or something. Like he had to swipe his mouse over and over, you know, to actually get into position. It turned like a truck there. Unfortunately, Nami didn't look as prepared for that one as possible. Anyway, Unity very impressive again on their T side, getting control of the gun round quickly, and it looks like they want to keep it quick as well. They're going to walk their way up the B ramp, keep it dynamic. Nami's the only one here in toward K with the P250. Bomb's already on the side. Good dig from Wazak, but still a man down.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Mai Tai would like some damage just to try and show that Unity do bleed and somewhat keep their economy in check. I mean, has an AK, and appears as though he's going to try and bank that for the next round. Unfortunately, that will not transpire. Great start, yeah. Unity have certainly come out the gate swinging.
A tactical for Unity when they're 4-0 up, which is very nice. Shows that they're not entirely 100% happy with how things are going yet, even though they're winning comfortably. They want to perfect things even more. So far,
Yeah, I think they also recognize that they're in a really strong position right now. And if they can win this gun round, they really push the boat out, right? So they probably want to really prioritize and put a lot of focus into this round.
Let's see what they've got here. Boost up in middle, as we so often see, to try and look above that smoke. But Mikey's already putting pressure on A. Look at the early util that Unity have on the A bomb site. It's not caused mass rotations, but it has forced peaks out of Chuddy and Donut. Thankfully, Pella's on a nice little close angle, an angle you don't really expect a player to be on when you've already lost a player in toward Red Room. But too high to delete him as he goes looking for more. Thankfully, Wazak is there for another.
Okay, well, a bit of resistance coming through here from Mai Tai. At least this is probably the best position in which they found themselves in a round so far here on Ancient. As Unity will start to look to move in towards this B bomb site. Currently only Wazak who's here. I lie, it's Nami. He's got full health, but he's actually starting to take an even further passive position here, falling back. So Mai Tai have realized it. They've figured it out here because they've gone through A main, they've gone through Donut. They know this won't end A. So they've been able to get ahead of this to a degree and start to rotate in towards this B bomb site to set themselves up for the retake. FNL's been spotted. He should go down. Actually, it's going to be a double, triple swing. The 3 players left alive for Unity will all get in on the action to finish off the job and maintain their flawless position.
Very impressive at the moment. And Mai Tai, the main issue as well is that even though it's a map they play a little bit more than Unity, and this is a Unity that hasn't played in 8 weeks, by the way, it's only 1 map more, and also not that much better either. They lost their last couple, 2 of their last 4. The only team they managed to beat in those 4 is a team called Rounds, which is a Finnish team with an Estonian player called Patelli. And all those Finnish players are players I've never covered before in my life, so maybe he says it all. Mikey will push forward. It's another double kill for himself and his team. He will manage to get 1 back, but again, just too much availability and too much space already being taken early by Unity in so many of these rounds.
Yeah, you can just see how much more comfortable they are on the T side of Ancient compared to what we saw out of them on Mirage. Nice shot from Chuddy there as Quoth jumps up. Chuddy will swing to find another. Now, Mikey's still pretty low on health. What was a 4v2 and seemed like a dead cert has now actually come back into a very contentious position. Mikey's just got to wait. He's got to try and bide his time for 2 high. Great headshot from Mikey. He should be traded. No. Still stand a chance here. Unfortunately, he comes up short. He's 2 high is left here to try and get the job done.
Of course, the bomb still remains in the same position. And, of course, he still knows where Nami is. It's all about timing. Is he going to go looking for the fight, I wonder, here too high, or is he just going to take the bomb and leave? He can take the bomb and leave. Doesn't know that Nami's not gone all the way around spawn to maybe plant or maybe push from Donut. Now he hears Nami coming in. There's the information. 20 seconds. He still can leave to A if he really wants to, but that is the second clutch that Nami's been able to find in a 1v1 like that. It's a 1v2 total. Fair play to Nami. He gets Mai Tai on the board in a round that maybe didn't look so likely. And I think he deserves a lot of credit alongside Shuddy for being able to force the issue to make that round even possible to begin with.
Yeah, actually, great work coming through. There was some important shots being landed. Like you say, Chadi's impact certainly felt, and then Nami able to get the job done, get the round across the line. So, Mai Tai open up their account. Needs to be a lot more that came from, but they've taken a good step in the right direction. As for Unity, maybe going to tighten up the screws a little bit in the 4v2. Perhaps got a complacent with how well they had done in the rounds leading up to that. More Too High, trying to get in towards middle, but there were 3 players there for Mai Tai, and I don't know if Too High was supposed to combine with somebody coming through from elbow, but that was never really going to work out for him, I'm afraid.
All the utility being dumped here for Snow before he gets boosted up onto the tree position. 4v5. Hello. Was going a bit early, but it does bait in Darcherville. Fair enough. I can see the vision on that one, but look at that B-bomb site. That B-bomb site is totally open. Quirts doesn't know about that, obviously. Maybe it would be a surprise to him that it's totally open. Very rare that you have all 4 players in a normal gun round on the mid and A side of the map in particular. They'll be allowed to plant. In comes a very quick rotation, though, and Quirts and Mikey, they've got to be ready. We still have the smoke scene. Awkward timing on the jump up, though, for Chuddy. He gets away with it. Mikey just aims a little bit higher up because of that situation, because of the jump up in general. They really need FNL in quickly to help out. Quirts is trying to delay time, but there's a defuse kit on that bomb, and FNL will not be there on time. Second round for Mai Tai, and again, very quick rotations. They've judged it well.
Yeah, indeed they have. I mean, Unity probably won't be too frustrated that they got a bomb plant out of that, considering that they were just in a disadvantageous situation basically throughout the round. But yeah, it seems like Mai Tai coming online, working well as a unit. One more win here for Mai Tai would break Unity's economy and get them straight back into the game. At least secure their position in the game. Currently, it's still a little bit tenuous.
A little bit deep on Darcherville. They'll manage to fall back, not take too much damage, and play behind that red smoke of his own.
Slowing things down here, setting themselves up for a big exec into the speed bomb set later on in the round, and been able to get Mikey posted in red room. It's where he does some of his best work as these later round activations, and he'll be knowing, okay, my team now making their move into B. This is going to start to pull rotations. This is where I can look to try and maybe have some sort of impact in the round. And he will find Pele, but you still have Chuddy and Nami over towards B. Big Jewel, FNL can't contain. Too High will trade, but you would imagine he's at serious risk of then going down in turn. Mikey will get the kill on Wazak, but there's not much time here. Too High, I'm so surprised that's how he's decided to play the situation. Why would he not just plant the bomb? Bomb picked up, not enough time for Mikey. Why did Too High not just commit behind the pillar to plant the bomb? That's crazy.
Yeah. And that's technically another 1v2 clutch from Nami. That's 2 he's managed to glean in this game now, and that one without even getting the final kill. We're seeing him again. You can see the face it pugger in him come out almost there at the end of the round. You see how he wanted to reface for the kill on Mikey. I know it was very close for him to get to the bomb and plant it, right? I think he planted it on 3 seconds or 3.5 rather than 4. But still, like, you could tell Nami wanted to re-peek, and immediately his teammates probably were like, bro, look at the time! And went off to run and hide instead. So, yeah, they make it work. That's 3 in a row now. Starting to show some resistance all of a sudden. They've forced Unity down to a lower purchase.
Yeah, so all of a sudden, like you say, just like that, Mai Tai, well, it's their time. 3 consecutive rounds, all born off the back of that clutch from Nami, and he's gotten 2, as you rightfully say. Any real chance is predicated on Mikey with this AK, but already on 20 health, his teammates falling around him, and it's flawless from Mai Tai as they draw within 1.
Whoopsie!
Ow!
That sounded like a meaty one as well. You can
Oh
tell
yeah, that was
right
between the shoulder blades, yeah.
Yeah, that was right in where it hurts. Pella down to 39 HP from a teammate. Nami trying to fight into a jag. That would be ill-advised with Too High on the other side. Going through a molly as well, but Too High will win the duel anyway. Bit of revenge from some of the clutches that Nami has been able to glean in the last couple of rounds. And immediately, before they even saw a soul in this round, Mai Tai are on the back foot. It's even more so now.
Yeah, it feels really important for Unity to win this round, though, right? Considering the way that the game has kind of gone, they were in a really solid position at the start, getting up 5-0 without even having really broken much of a sweat. However, certainly been a distinct change in the direction of the game since then. 4 consecutive rounds for Mai Tai on the brink of drawing things up here. Unity going to try and go in towards A. Bomb carrier lagging behind will route through A main. And Mai Tai, it seems like they're kind of considering a bit of a gamble right now and maybe giving up the A bomb site, hoping Unity go B. If they go B, cool. We can try and make something happen. If they go A, we're just going to save our guns.
Yep, 6 is a good return for Unity. I think you're right. I think with the last couple of rounds of the half coming through, now they've got money and just want to have everything for those last 2. So a full save makes sense. Unity's last game on the map was against All Authority in Nodwin, and they won 13-6. That was 3 months ago now, or 2 months ago now. With that old lineup with Neofrag and Woozy. If I was to look at those 2 lineups next to each other, I would say head to head, definitely this new Unity is a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with your sentiment there.
And it's surprising saying that, considering we know what Neofrag has done over the years as well.
Sure. And there's certainly been times where he's been right up there with top of tier 2, but obviously that was a long time ago. Obviously a lot more to his career than just his in-game capabilities. Can Unity guarantee themselves a lead going into the second half from here is the question. Chuddy's in the corner. Chuddy trapped, but trapped Chuddy's a dangerous Chuddy. Oh, will eventually come with that kill. He's actually on a swivel, been able to double down. Surely not another. Yeah, timing going to work out against him there. 3v3. Only for the briefest moment.
Pelican by Too High as well. That's a big one. Bazak was going to always go uncleared, considering his teammate came from the same position. Definitely a chance at making something happen here. 1v2. I'm not planted yet. Once again, it's Mikey and Too High to try and secure it. Tap will come through. Bit of a wider tap. There'll be no bite. Smoke is a bit strange. You'd like Wazak space to move out. He's going to do that now. Almost a bit of a lineup. Using quite a lot of bullets here, our Unity. It's a little bit dangerous. I thought there might be one player in the midst of a reload, but no, Mikey will hold on. No problem. 7-4 confirmed. And you mentioned Chuddy a lot in that play-by-play. I've checked the Twitch chat. Friend of ours in chat, Mazior, says Judy's nick is pronounced like Houdini, N-I, and it's meaning slim in Polish, and it's funny. So does he mean like Chudy rather than Chuddy? If it's like Houdini?
So first of all, the funny thing is that, like, in English, chubby means that you're a little bit overweight.
Yeah.
So it's funny that Chudy would mean that you're slim. Okay, that's intriguing. Almost like the complete opposite at that point.
And comparing it to the
Technically-
word Houdini is crazy as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just to try and get you how to say it. Like give you an idea on how to
Chudy.
say the word, maybe. Chudy.
Yeah.
I think Chuddy is way funnier, and I know that normally we really like getting like that input from people who have the know and can kind of help us out with pronunciation. I don't know, man. Like it's gonna take a lot for me to not say Chuddy.
Yeah. Fair enough. Kurtz is going to find Nami with another clean headshot, but it's still a 2v3 for Unity. And a chance for Mai Tai to scrounge another 5 rounds and a half. UI picks a little bit further forward. Wazak is a dead man walking. Knowles will try and distract, but I think Too High. I get the impression he might have missed the boat on his peak. Okay, he hasn't. He finds Wazak in the end. With Pellet stuck on the default boxes, it's unknown with 40 seconds. The bomb dropped on the corner of the site near Donut, so definitely not a chance of going back toward the B side of the map. And there you go.
Wow.
They managed to pick it together
Okay.
from Donut instead.
What a recovery in the round there. That looked like Unity were going to fall foul and we'll end up with another 7-5. Instead, they're able to go one step further and double up their round counts on their opponents, piecing together a very successful T-side. Had started brilliantly, up 5-0, kind of tapered off a little bit. Mai Tai got 4 in a row, but then Unity shifted into another gear. Very good performance from Mikey. It's been a while since we've even seen a map like this out of him, Trav. I feel like he's just been a 1.05 player for the past 6 months kind of thing. So it's cool to see that there's still that older Mikey in there that you and I fell in love with that one summer's day when we were looking over the hill and the moonlight was sparkling on the horizon, and there Mikey was just fragging.
I'll always remember those times I spent with you, that's for sure.
Some of my favorite days. All right, here we go. Unity, they've stacked up much like Mai Tai did in the first one, except they're on the wrong side of the map.
Yeah, one player donut only, and that's Mikey, and we can wait for players to come his way. Oh, you'd have loved that lineup on the double kill. Unfortunately, it's not a completion on that one, and that will probably set up Mai Tai for a T-pistol. There isn't a kit available on this retake either. Flash on Too High, decoy on Snow. Not going to work out too well. Tap from FNL. But the bomb is already halfway ticked. This is not going to be an easy recovery. West finds Nami is a good start, but Wazak, if he just plays time behind the site and the two donut players don't overswing, it's going to be very, very difficult. Wazak only gets one, though, but the time's already gone. That's the issue. They know it, too. He doesn't look for all the kills. They all get all the kills. It will make for a relatively powerful force coming in if they want to go for it. But, yeah, just lack of kit is the issue. If they had a kit, they win the round map.
Very true, and the thing is, you'll always hear Trav and I speak about this if you're going to play for the retake in the pistol round. Why the hell are you not playing a kit, buying a kit? Like, you can't stack up in a pistol and not accommodate for the fact that you might be gambling incorrectly in the 50-50 and that you're going to have to retake on the opposite side of the map. Like, that should just be a staple that you're buying a kit when you're having that sort of, or employing that some sort of a setup.
No, with the MP9. Oh, that's awkward on Darcherville. He walks in the angle that hides his position. But Mikey's grenade has helped out. I'm going to say don't know Quirts is here. They are using utility on his position. The nade will take him down to 45. The molly is not touching him. So, is that going to make a difference in how he's cleared from this position? No, they're using mollies again properly. Now for the deagle of Mikey instead. Good damage on the first. Maybe trying to wait for FNL to come and play with that FAMAS. Dinked through the corner of the wall. Maybe not even the corner of the wall. Just with the Galil. One bullet taken. Very close on the spam. Again, one bullet hit. But it's a shot with a deagle at that range in the legs. It doesn't really do much damage at all. I think Mai Tai are going to hold on.
Seems like it did get a little bit close at one point. But they're able to keep it together. Now it's just about limiting any further losses. I don't know if this is really worth it for FNL, to be honest with you. Trying to keep them trapped. That's a really nice incendiary. They're forcing further back. They're trying to reroute around to take the gunfight. Does Wazak still survive yet? Anyway, he does, right? Oh, man. Okay. I'm still not used to the bomb explosions at all, but either way, it wasn't worth it for FNL, I'm afraid.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, like. Now the EK will come through, and Mai Tai can close within one.
Yeah, just making sure that they want to try and maintain these 4 rifles that they still have in play. It doesn't look like that's going to prove to be much of a problem. Like you say, opportunity for Mai Tai to make the 7-8 Unity in pursuit of a 2-0 victory here on Ancient. Can they make it happen? Daddy wants it to happen, Trav, so Daddy can go to gym before everybody else goes to gym.
Do you not like a packed gym? Do you like some space to yourself?
Yeah, like they're all using the machines and then they're on their phones and they're barely exercising, and then there's 3 of them that they're just talking and wasting time, and it really gets busy from like 4:30. So I've got about 2 hours, and then it's GG at that point, man. It's GG. I've got to share the steam room with other guys. Oh man, come on, like. Then I have to shower with 2 other guys at the same time. That's we're all showering together in this little room, and I'm kidding, by the way. We don't have to share a shower. That one was for comedic effect.
Here's the important question, though. Have you ever before?
Showered with another man at the gym?
Yeah.
I'll tell you all for air about that story. About that.
Okay.
8 or 9 times that I've... No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Okay.
Not with another man, no. Note the gender specificity of that one. 7-8, here we go. Mai Tai. Can they tie things up? I'm chasing the game throughout most of Mirage. Pretty much the same here on Ancient.
FNL trying to fight, slow and mid with his M4. Find that possibly for Mikey though, which could have even been more too. He's gonna find the third. AK spots him. This could be the full fight for Mikey. I'm feeling it. He's found 4, but Nami's got out of dodge. Good picking again, to be fair. Oh, damage, but not the headshot. I called it early. I almost got it early as well. Mikey up to 18 and 7. Lovely quad kill.
Yeah, and he even gets the assist on the 5th. We'll credit him with the ace there. Phenomenally done. It's so classic of Mikey just being that firecracker, inserting himself into the start of the round. Happy to take that initiative and get up in the thick of things. Making sure that Unity remain in control. Win this round here, Trav, and it feels like the map is as good as done.
I think you're too far away from being wrong on that one. 10-7 can turn into 11-7 pretty quickly. My tie got to fix their timings with how they face Mikey around lane, because it's not working right now. Mikey's just got free reign to continue to fight, and this time he's got Too High into bait with him. Into bait, into bat. Both work on that one. And Quirts will find another, which means all down to Chuddy, and Too High will hold on for that one as well. 2 for Mikey, 3 for Too High, because it's only got some damage in the end. It's only an assist for him. There you go, Matt. You were right. Maybe that is the first step into the finish line.
Absolutely feels like it, right? Because now they're going to have to eco. Should be 7-11, and I absolutely back Unity to get the job done from there.
Mikey should get caught this time, and there we go. Buddy, we get in with the Glock. Unfortunately for him, there's no limitless player on the other side for that Glock to really deliver much with, and no, you can tell there, considers it for a second. It's like, do I repeat? Do I try and throw the grenade? Nah, I'm 12 HP. We're 10-7 up. Let's play safe.
Yeah, probably making the right decision in that moment, to be fair. FNL doesn't look like it's going to be considered, especially with the attention taken by Snow. Unity will survive with 4 going into the following gun round, build themselves some good stability in terms of their finances, and they're basically within touching distance.
Big nade damage on Mikey to try and prevent more mid-fights going Unity's way. The live odds for Thunderpick. Pretty common live odds, I think, at this sort of a stage of a game. My tie 10 odds. Shout out to Thunderpick. We've been regulars in the circuit for, oh, what is it, 3 years now, if not more?
Sure, surely more at this point. Yeah, the OG bookie company, Trav. Yeah, I said it.
What do you mean? OG aren't playing right now?
Oh, he's gone and got me on that one there. Then he gone and done it. All right. Opening frag found. My tie, all eggs in one basket. It's got to be this round or certainly bust, you would imagine. Trying to go towards the B bomb side. Too High on the long line with the AK. Never an easy position, but with him being a bit lower on health, it's actually a good spot to have set himself up. Bomb carrier will successfully get across, and a retake will be required. So although My tie are down 3v5, this is still doable.
Isaac will find Mikey though. A little bit of a chance, but a great flip from Snow. He's been pretty reliable in the games I've seen from him so far. My first sighting of Snow in general, let alone on this team, which of course is the debut for this roster. Great to see him starting cleanly. Dutch ball's on his own. Nothing trying to get traded. 3 players about to face him. Not going to happen. Well for Unity. Beautifully done. Have a look. Let me have a little scroll back here. So 2023 was our first Thunderpick, I believe. European Series 1. There we are on the list, look. Like the good old days. With the good old Sneaky Beaky and Retro and you know, Tea Time and Hyperia and Pop and Tom Pickering.
Hyperia, go on, Dan. Been a
Yeah.
while, mate.
Been a while. That's 3 years ago. Throwback. The level of teams back then on that Thunderpick tournament was crazy. The grand final of EU Series 1 was Mouse versus Big Fire. And that was a win for Mouse, 1917 on map 2. And that was the Mouse with Frozen, Yimpat, Shuhei, the Big with Process Sin, Crimbo, Tabson, and Mantu. So a lot of changes since then, but maybe not too much of a change in this series. It's continued all the way to the finish line for Unity with their brand new roster, their first time playing with their core for 2 months. They come back to the scene with their team and look like they don't want to be seen.
Okay, there we go. I like it, man. We both have a bit of our own wordplay here throughout the series. Some of it a bit better than others. I'll work on mine, Trav. Try and match yours there. Anyway.
Mine didn't even make much sense, to be fair.
I know. I was going to say, I bet you didn't think that's where I was going with it. Listen, it doesn't need to make sense as long as it rhymes, okay? This is what I figured out a long time ago. Either way. That's a pretty elementary day for us, Travis. We worked about, an hour and 20 minutes for the first best of 3. This one about an hour and 40. I feel like we haven't really done our dues. Should we stick around for the next best of 3 as well?
Look, we're so used to grinding out the 3BO3 days and all of these, right? Like at this point, we might deserve the raw milk, as you can see, but only after those
Mustache
days.
milk.
Maybe not after a day as quick as this. I'm very happy to see Unity playing well. I will say I've always been a fan of their project and what they've done. What they're trying to use, check Counter-Strike, a little bit like some other teams in the region. They've occasionally been the best team in the region, very briefly. And when Sinners and Eclot like teams would have downturns, or will have gone international, obviously. Sure, they've gone international now themselves, Unity, but maybe there's some progress to be made there. And I think in this tournament, with not that many big names overall, they've got a good chance to go deep. But for now, Matt will go deep into his bottle of raw milk and finish that off. And I'm going to go and have I'm going to go off and have my lunch. So I appreciate it, guys. Again, it's some fun this morning into this afternoon. We'll hand over to 2 colleagues for 2 more BO3s, and we'll see you very soon.